how to restore male pelvic floor function is the subject of this video. Hi, I'm Dr. Shakib from Core Pelvic Floor Therapy right here in Irvine, Orange County. In order to answer this question, we have to understand basically what pelvic floor function is, what my approach, which is what I use in my practice for pelvic floor restoration is, and we will be talking about biological breathing, which is so crucial, and I'm going to explain to you why, and finally the exercises that I recommend for this restoration. You have to understand that the muscles inside of your pelvis, so that's the floor and the walls of the pelvis on the inside, work with the outside of your pelvis. So the outside of your pelvis is your pelvis immediately, and the structures above and your lower extremities below. These muscles on the inside work to stabilize the pelvis with the outside. So the double layering, the double reinforcement of the pelvis is crucial for your pelvic stability because your pelvis is a foundation to the structures above. So the muscles on the inside will behave differently if what needs to happen on the outside is not happening. So that could be issues directly related to the pelvis, like sacroiliac or your pubic bones, or the connection of the lower extremities, which is your hip joints, or where your spine is connected to the pelvis. If these are unstable, the pelvis is going to be unstable as well. And that comes with a collection of issues. Typically, men come to my practice because of pelvic floor dysfunction, and most often men visit pelvic floor therapists in general, which by the way, they don't have to be physical therapists, they can be rehab clinicians such as myself. They visit them because it has to do with their penis, or bladder, which is now interfering with their lifestyle. So you got to understand that this space holds in men, it holds the bladder in the front, the prostate in the middle, and the intestines in the back. So typically, pelvic floor function shows up, or dysfunction, symptomatically speaking, from the patient's point of view, comes with issues related to bladder. That means they maybe have to force the pee to come out, or maybe there is some degree of burning sensation, kind of like UTI, or it's just very sensitive when they're urinating. There's a frequency in urination, or perhaps there is urinating, but there is dribbling. And so that doesn't kill them, so usually they ignore it because it's not so bad. When it starts behaving differently and manifesting itself as issues related to arousal or ejaculation or sexual function, now that's when they want to look into some things. A lot of times there is an issue with constipation, but not so much typically. So when it comes to the functionality of the pelvis, what they're after, what the men are after, are the things I just shared. Whereas when it comes to someone like myself, which I treat the house that pelvic floor is the floor of, I'm not interested in going through the rectum to try to access wherever the index finger is gonna go, how far it's gonna go, and access those muscles in an attempt to relax those muscles. What I'm interested in is knowing why those muscles are tight and why the environment that needs to be in place to keep that area nice and relaxed and strong is not there. So when I go from that angle, I see very quickly that there is dysfunctional patterns of movement, a lot of times fueled by the lifestyle of the individual. This lifestyle could mean work environment, could be workout environment, could be sexual behavior. It could be many different things that I do look into. Once I have assessed the functionality of not just the pelvis, but the whole individual, from the structure above to the lower extremities, from gait to functional movement, Once I've done that, I see a very clear picture of if there is stability or not. When there is no stability, or there is lack of stability, then clearly we want to eliminate the things that are feeding the problem as we go about to fix the problem. The fix always starts with biological breathing. Biological breathing is the type of breathing we understand by studying human babies. They're the same kind of breathing that every walking human being has done as babies. Biological breathing doesn't just provide oxygen to your body, but with it comes a lot of different functionality in your movements and a lot of wonderful features that exist. I'll make sure to put a video on how to do biological breathing, so make sure you do that. By the way, if you have not subscribed to the channel, this is a great opportunity to do so. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. The purpose of me doing these videos is because I need to bring, or I'd like to bring, logic and common sense into the whole mystery of pelvic floor dysfunction that seems to be going around. There is no mystery about it. It's really very common sense. So if it does not make sense, you got to keep asking the why questions until things do start adding up and making sense. So going back to pelvic floor dysfunction, we want to start with biological breathing because that will put in place the things we need to do for the next step. We can't skip steps. Every step has its intelligence that provides value to what comes next. So the next step is nice and solid. I use developmental kinesiology moves, the developmental exercises like dynamic neuromuscular stabilization, which are the exercises, again, that got us from helpless infant stage to running toddler stage, when we could hardly hold our heads up to running around, no bands, no weights, no gyms, no guidance whatsoever. We're hardwired that way. So I want to know, what does this individual with pelvic floor dysfunction have? What is his presentation? And how does that compare to what ideal is? And yes, you can be ideal. It has nothing to do with perfection. It has everything to do with what is necessary to make the body last as long as possible. If you provide the right environment, your body parts know exactly what the roles are. You don't need to go teach them anything. Your role is to provide the grounds for them. So once we go through those developmental movements, and there is an understanding by the owner of the body how to be, what does right look like, what does my version or your version look like, and how to replace the wrong with the right, you start seeing improvement. And it's not because the exercises are fantastic, because I came up with it. It's because you're taking your body and placing it in the grounds that is 100% authentic to its functionality. With biological breathing, when you breathe in, the muscles inside the pelvis relax, and it is as a result of contraction of the same muscles uniformly and together that we breathe out. So every breath, when done right, is supporting the health of the muscles inside. When these muscles are tight, the structures on the inside are going to get squished, misbehave. When you bring the relaxation of those muscles and tonicity of those muscles and the strength of those muscles back authentically, instead of isolating the area and trying to relax those areas or strengthen those areas in isolation, which never materializes, then you start seeing the results that you want. The DNS exercises for restoration of pelvic health are exactly what we do from the beginning to the end, which doesn't mean it's going to take 2 years to do. It depends on the person. It depends on multiple factors. Not that the age matters, because these days, unfortunately, people sit on their butt all day, every day, from the time they were born pretty much until they end up coming to my office. So the exercises is not like one magical exercise that's going to solve your problem. It is you being an apprentice following a mentor to understand how to solve this problem. And the good news about that is because your pelvis is the foundation to the structures above and what's connected to it, it is impacted by the whole body. These exercises impact your whole body, just like playing a concert. Movement is a concert, and when you go to a concert, the spotlight may be on a specific musician, but the background musicians are still playing. Even if you're working on a specific area, the rest of your body has its own role that you cannot disregard. I hope that this made sense to you. This kind of provided some overall understanding of what needs to be in place, because it's so easy to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and get no results. So first thing first, I try to spell it out for you on a broader level. Make sure you comment, make sure you ask your questions. I try to answer your questions. If you have any recommendation for any videos you'd like to see, this would be a great opportunity to do so. Make sure you share and subscribe. Until next time, take care.